Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm pretty excited to talk about this little teaser we got from The Walking Dead's Twitter. It is our first full character, full body look at Alpha, and I am loving this. It's just a quick little teaser, but we're also going to talk a little bit about some interviews with Angela Kang, which we talked about the Walking Dead Whispers, which I'm very excited about also. But first, let's take a look at this. It's just like, again, like the photo shoot thing they were doing. It looks like they had a lot of little photo shoots with the Whispers, which is really cool, and they're slowly releasing them, throughout the break, which I'm loving. And then we got this one right here. This is by far our best look at Alpha, and I know I say that about every single Whisper tease we get, but they're increasingly getting better. Like that first one we got of the poster, then the little video, the creepy video, and now we got this one. Now that creepy video by far is the best Alpha teaser, but this is our best look at Alpha because it's a full character look. First thing I want to say is I love how they stayed true to the comic. We got the black shirt, the black undershirt with the black long sleeve. We got the Ouroboros belt, the snake eating itself, which has a lot of symbolism to it, which I'm going to discuss in just a minute. But I want to talk about that shotgun barrel first, because in the back of her we see that she has a shotgun, which gets me excited because there's a moment in the comics where a Whisper, I'm not going to get into it, but there's a very iconic moment with a shotgun Whisper, and I really hope they bring it to the screen, which I think they will, obviously, because we see it here. But also in the trailer, we see Alpha, looking at Luke and Alden. At least I think that she's looking at Luke and Alden because that's the way the trailer was edited. And seeing Alpha pull up a shotgun on somebody would be like the greatest cliffhanger ever. That would be a good cliffhanger, like a good Alpha cliffhanger episode. Like that's their first look at Alpha, and then the next episode is when she goes into Hilltop and tries to get Lydia back. I think that would be a really good Alpha cliffhanger for an episode. But let's talk about her belt for a second, because if you don't know, her belt is shaped as an infinity sign, but it's an Ouroboros, which is like the symbol of a snake eating itself. And I love the mythology behind the Ouroboros relating to The Walking Dead, because a snake eating its own tail, it's kind of representation of recreating life from death. And that's exactly what happens in The Walking Dead, especially with the Whispers. Because that's exactly what the Whispers do. They recreate life from death. If it wasn't from the walkers and dead people, they would not be who they are, and they most likely would not be alive, because them cutting walkers and putting the walker skin all over themselves and blending in with nature, that's their way of survival, and they most likely would not be alive if it wasn't for that. So I love that mythology, and I love how the Ouroboros connects with that. Also, something else I noticed is that she does not have the red machete. And the reason I bring that up is because we had that Red Machete miniseries, which is a really cool series. It actually got nominated for an Emmy, which is really cool for The Walking Dead. But anyways, yeah, that Red Machete series I really loved. But at the end of it, if you watched, somebody picked up the Red Machete, and everybody thought it was Alpha. Now, I think it'll be a little cool touch if it actually was Alpha, and we end up seeing Alpha with the Red Machete in Season 9B, because that'll kind of continue that Red Machete story, because it finished there with somebody, kind of like a little cliffhanger with somebody picking up the machete, and we didn't know who it was. But something else I noticed is that in this trailer, we have Alpha. Now, we know this is Alpha based in the clothes. I don't know if it's just me or it's like the shine or glare or something, but it looks like she's holding up like a machete to her leg. I don't know, or like she's trying to hide it behind her leg. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But what I'm trying to get here is that I still think it's possible for Alpha to have the red machete, because obviously if she does, they're not going to give it away. Because if Alpha has the red machete, there is no way they're going to give that to us, because the red machete is a huge thing for The Walking Dead. It goes all the way back with Rick and Gareth, and even the miniseries. That red machete is pretty iconic to The Walking Dead. So if Alpha has it, it's going to be like a huge moment for fans, and it's going to be pretty cool. So there's no way they're going to reveal that in a 30-second teaser. So I still think it's possible for her to have that red machete. I really hope she does, because that'll be awesome. I also love how they're not showing Alpha's face completely yet from the front. Like, we know Samantha Moran is playing her. And if you look up, a picture of Samantha Moran, they just finished filming. So she still doesn't have any hair. So you'll have a pretty good look at Alpha. But I still like how they're not completely showing us, her face and everything, just because I feel like when she takes off the mask, that's gonna be another huge moment for The Walking Dead. So they're hyping us up, but they're keeping things secret, which I also like, because The Walking Dead, There's a pretty good job with that. They release a lot of things to hype us up, but there's still like things in the episode that get us. So something I want to talk about now is some things that Angela Kang said about Alpha and Beta and the Whispers in general. So first quote I want to talk about is this one. So Angela Kang said that, "I think on screen it is a pretty striking introduction, and then we will get into some meaty stuff with her pretty early in the back half of the season. My guess is that Alpha's gonna show up in like episode 11 or 12. They said early on, so hopefully we see her. I mean, I would love to see her in episode 9 or 10, but I just don't think it's gonna happen because it's gonna focus more on Lydia, which I'm also excited for. I can't wait to see how the group captures Lydia, because in that trailer we see the group who was at the graveyard. They came back and we have Lydia tied up on the horse. So they're probably gonna spend the night somewhere because it was raining, and then they're on their way back in the morning. They're gonna find Lydia, because also in episode 7, remember there was somebody like spying on them. I'm like 90% sure that's Lydia, because it looks like now if she's at the hilltop, she was relatively close to the hilltop. And that point they were in episode 7, that was also pretty close to the hilltop. So I do think that was Lydia, and they most likely are just gonna find her and capture her on the way back. Or she might be like part of that group in the graveyard, because we know there's still whispers there. Remember in the trailer they were like, "You die now" or something. So I think that's what might happen. They might just like spare her life and take her back. And then she went on to say that, "I'll say that off-screen Samantha could not be a lovelier person to work with. We have truly enjoyed having Samantha, and I can't wait for people to see the work she's doing. I've been working on some of the episodes in post she's in, and I think she's a tremendous actress. There is some really cool stuff with her coming up." So yeah, I'm excited for this too, because Samantha Morton is actually a really good actress. Like, she's an Academy nominated actress, I believe. And it's just so insane and cool how The Walking Dead on its 9th season picked up, an Academy nominated actress. And, she and Ryan Hurst, I think, is going to bring a lot to the show. Something else I just remembered was, I remember Greg Nicotero, he had like a funny interview where he said like Samantha Morton like creeps him out and scares him, which is just awesome. And a lot of the cast members are actually saying that. And I've been hearing nothing but praise for Samantha Morton, and I cannot wait to see her on screen. I also want to talk a little bit about some things she said about Beta and Alpha in general. She said, "Samantha Morton and Ryan Hurst is Alpha and Beta. I just think they brought so much energy and intensity already to the process, like in such a great way. And I think we get to tell a bit of that story that is sort of a mystery. I think in many ways they're the most formidable group that we've come across because they have the power of zombies behind them." So that's something I am really excited for people to see. I mean, we already know how big Beta is. Ryan Hurst is 6'4", and in that bit we have in the trailer, we already know, like, just by looking at that, he's a pretty big guy. He just picked up Daryl and body slammed him, which is just crazy. And now looking at our full look at Alpha, both these characters are pretty big, and both these characters, I think, their presence are going to be felt in the room. Whenever they're on screen, we're gonna feel that. And same thing with Negan. Whenever Negan was on screen and during season 7 and 8, like, we felt that. And I'm really happy they picked 2 great actors. The Walking Dead also does a great job with the casting. They always picked a great cast. So these 2 characters, I can't wait to see them in action, and they're definitely going to be a force to reckon with. They're dropping a lot of footage of Alpha, which I'm loving, and hopefully we get some Beta 2 next, because I'm very excited for Beta 2. Like, imagine if they dropped like the same teaser they dropped here, but with Beta. I think the fan base will go crazy. And I think the reason why they're dropping so many teasers, or I think the reason why they dropped this teaser, was because they had that head-turning reveal a couple days ago, and although that was a really cool teaser and I liked it, they kind of hyped it up a bit too much when they posted it like on Twitter, and it said like, "Stay tuned for this live video." Like, I don't think that video should have been like a live thing. It should have just been like a teaser they posted in their YouTube channel or something. But anyways, whatever the case was, they treated us with this one, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully we get some more news on Beta and Lydia soon, and then also maybe like another trailer for something. We got about a month away from the season 9B premiere, but we're getting a lot of information every single day. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with anything new that comes out in the world of The Walking Dead. But I am going to leave it off there, and I'd love to hear from you though. So in the comments down below, please leave your thoughts and opinions about Alpha and the Whispers in general, because that's one of the things I love about The Walking Dead, the community. I love interacting with you guys down in the comment section. So again, I am going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating and subscribe for daily content just like this. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.